Arma has always been a sandbox. A sandbox with restrictions, sure, but still a sandbox. You spawn in, you pick your gear, and you head out on a mission of your own creation. What if you had to actually work for those things? Like, what if the optic you like isn't sitting in an infinite magic box at spawn? Or what if the battlefield itself was the supply chain for your gear? That's the direction this server is moving in. Not removing freedom, but making you earn it. Right now, we're on a 300 by 150 meter map. This Saturday, I'm gonna expand that to 300 by 300. 48 players, 90-minute matches. It's basically a TDM meat grinder. But this is the testing phase, because the real goal is 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers, between 100 and 128 players, 2-hour matches of non-linear warfare. The server is no longer going to be about getting a good KD, it's about presence and pressure and territory. XP is going to come from capturing and holding objectives and fighting in those objectives. Unlocks will be level based with an XP system. Like level 1, you have volunteer, rifleman, medic, and support, which are the backbone. Core infantry wins wars. Level 2, you'll unlock a grenadier and demolitions, which are a very nice upgrade to the backbone. Level 3, you might unlock special forces or the DMR class, because without these soldiers, there's basically no intel for the team. And at level 4, you'd unlock stuff like the Trench Veteran. Now, veteran means experience, because these guys know all about how effective blind fire can be in the right situations. If you want a more detailed look at any of these loadouts, check out the previous video where I show off every single class we've made so far. Moving on though. The map. I've had so many questions about the map. Are you ever gonna expand the map? Yes, of course. It's a 5 by 5 kilometer field right now. But in the future, it'll be fully realized. All objectives will be capturable at all times, which means no lanes and no tiered progression. If you want to flank and backcap to annoy the enemy, go for it. Captured objectives only generate points when players are physically on them, so if you want points, you better spread out the team and make sure you have a good team watching your back as well. I've taken the liberty of naming every single objective, of which we have 9, and writing up a small bit of lore so the objectives have actual meaning instead of being random military props out in a field somewhere. Some of the named sectors include a warehouse that got turned into a drone building facility during the first month of the war, a vehicle depot that specializes in creating anti-drone armor for vehicles, a trench warfare training facility that is now overrun and used by the enemy for actual war, a factory complex that was used by the enemy to hide their armored personnel carriers, military camps with mortar capabilities, etc., etc. I made sure each sector has a purpose, and each one creates pressure once held, since losing any of these objectives means you lose a valuable location for your team to have. The map is built more or less to grind players into each other. Now, I've talked about this in the past, we're not doing ultra hardcore, but still, no squad spawning. I'll put in like a 5-second respawn timer so you have time to think about why you lost the top of your head in the last 20 seconds. Each team will have 2 mob spawns, which will have a safe zone, maybe a box of attachments, good vehicles, you know, the usual. And each team will also have 2 FOB spawns, which are forward operating bases. I will make these sewer spawns, because you'll have no protection, no attachments in there, bad vehicles. The only good thing about FOB spawns are, well, they're forward operating bases. So I'll let you choose. Do you want to spawn safe and get prepared, or do you want to spawn fast and exposed and in a sewer? It's totally up to you. Now, respawning for no good reason is gonna cost you, or it's gonna cost your team. If you hit respawn 4 times in a row like a dingus just to grab your own grenades at the FOB base, you just lost your team 12 points for no reason. Life matters. Don't be a moron. Now, if location is power, then gear is I don't know, something else. You spawn with survival gear, but if you want power, you gotta push forward to the front line and scavenge it. See what I did there? If you find dead bodies, they might give you scraps like small meds, ammo, maybe the occasional pistol. And apart from bodies, you can also find new crates. Rifle crates, SMG crates, sniper rifle crates, maybe you find a launcher or an explosive crate. Ammo is gonna be the real bottleneck here. Explosives are gonna be pretty rare, and top tier attachments are things you'll have to earn. To give you an idea of what the loot system is going to be like, in the current objective we have, which is a trench network, there will be about 60 bodies that have ammo. To get to these objectives, you're going to need some vehicles. Cars are your core transport, of course. These will respawn over time. Some armored variants may exist. Some armed variants of those armored variants may exist. Same thing for them, they respawn over time. I'm thinking one transport heli per side should be enough. The respawn timer on these is obviously going to be a lot longer than the cars. Same thing for maybe one armed APC per team, probably matching the timer of the heli. Different timers for different vehicles. Now those vehicle depot objectives are going to allow repairs and possibly upgraded variants. If you thought vehicles mattered in vanilla, don't get me wrong, they do. But they will matter even more and be even more valuable in Frontline Scavenge because they are a limited resource and not just something you spawn in at mob. Losing one is gonna hurt. And talking about things that hurt, drones. Sorry, not sorry, but I'm not gonna put drones at spawn. If you want a drone, you visit the drone factory objective on the map. Not gonna put drones in loadouts either. Again, I'm not even sorry in the slightest bit imaginable. Drone facilities are on the map for a reason, alright? You get in a car, you have a map, look at the map, and drive over there. You'll find FPVs, droppers, recon drones. If you want drones, you're gonna have to control the territory. Currently, we have 48 player servers, both US and EU. We run 90-minute games, which are TDM. In the future, I plan on having 100 to 128 players, 2-hour-long matches of non-linear, loot-heavy, objective-based warfare. If 128 players breaks console performance, we'll tone it down a bit and lock it at 100. Performance over ego on this one, alright? The winning conditions will be either the timer running out or the score limit being reached. To get these values, we'll have to test and tune from there. A Modern Warfare server is nothing without its mod stack. The server will sit at about 5 GB when all is said and done. Not bad for a Modern Warfare server if you ask me. I'm gonna put a hard cap on the gigabyte limit and say 7 is the limit. With 7 being the limit, we will have more than 2 GB of headroom to add whatever I see fit in the future. Because we already have weapons, the sewer system, the Ace Medical stack, the damage mod, the loot mod, Vortex gear. We're gonna add realistic drones, boosters bodies, claymores, etc, etc. It's controlled for now, not bloated chaos. The expansion of the map goes live this Saturday, 9 PM Belgian time. Google it, alright? I don't know what time zone you're in. The map expands, the available weapons list expands, and no longer will you be locked into the loadout you spawn in. You will be able to find loot and upgrade your character however you see fit. Now before I end the video and go back to making the map, thank you guys for 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is... Also, thank you for 1,000 members on Discord, and thank you to everyone for boosting the Discord. And please stop doing that, alright? You guys are giving me anxiety and a bad case of imposter syndrome. And special thanks to the YouTube members who spend their hard-earned dollars on a stranger on the internet, and you don't even get a single feet pic out of it. No, but for real, thank you to everyone. This server exists because of you guys. Now let's see if we can turn Miasurupka into the biggest meat grinder in Arma Reforger. My name is TJ. I hope this video cleared up some confusion about the future of the server. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.